Hey you guys, it's your girl Diane. I'm gonna quickly post this video on my YouTube channel. I just want to talk, and I briefly want to talk to you guys about this election. Things are getting so much out of hand. I was at a gas station earlier today, pumping some gas. I had my Trump mask on, face mask on, and some guy comes up to me, yelling at me, telling me that I needed to take it off or he would kill me. And it frightened the crap out of me. I didn't know if he was really sincere or what, but I think it's safe to say that this election has really made a lot of people lose their freaking minds, okay? And to me, as a Christian, I don't think people should be acting like that just because they don't get their way. I really want to talk to those of you who follow me on Facebook. Before I go any further, don't forget to click the like button at the bottom, and don't forget to click the subscribe button so you can be notified every time I post a video on my YouTube channel. To the people who watch me on YouTube and on Facebook and stuff, a lot of you guys know that I do have a very strong spiritual side. And a lot of you guys that follow me on Facebook and watch me on YouTube say that you're Christians yourself and you believe in God highly yourself and have this strong faith in God. I want you to understand, and really I want to talk to those who are Christians that are Trump supporters. So many of you guys have been saying since day one, since the day he was elected, that he's going to be this two-term president. Looking at the way things are now, there is a possibility that President Trump will be a one-term president. I know many of you don't like it. I get that, okay? But there is a possibility that President Trump will lose this election. I want my Christian followers to understand something. How can we say we have faith and trust in God and not trust that his will be done? Any Christian, all Christians should know that when God wants his will to be done, it's going to be done whether people like it or not, okay? I want you to understand that. If it is God's will for Trump to be a two-term president, he's going to be a two-term president, okay? If it is God's will, fraud. A lot of you guys are saying, oh, the Democrats are going to win this because of fraud. If it is God's will for Trump to be a two-term president, fraud won't even stand in the way of that happening. We should know this. We Christians should know this, okay? But a lot of you Christians are talking the opposite way. If Trump is a one-term president, I will take that as God's will. If Biden wins, I will take that as God's will because I know that God is in control. Romans 13 makes it clear that human government was put in place by God and they would not have their power if he had not given it to them. So you guys need to understand that God is in control. Okay, if it is really God's will for Trump to be a two-term president, nothing and nobody, not Nancy Pelosi, not Hillary Clinton, not Obama, not CNN, the left wing, or even fraud will stand in the way of God's will from happening. I want my followers to understand that and remember that God is in control. Many of you guys couldn't even stand Obama. You couldn't stand the fact that he won a second term. And even at the end of the second term, so many of you guys were like, oh, the 8 years Obama was in office was terrible and all this bad stuff happened. Okay, but didn't God take care of you those 8 years Obama was president? Why wouldn't he take care of you if Biden becomes president? And for you who can't stand Trump and want him to be a one-term president, if he was to be a two-term president, you don't think God would take care of you and get you through another term, another 4 years of Trump being president? Now, I know many people have told me they prayed that God allow him to be a one-term president because they don't think America can handle another 4 years of Trump being in office. God's will is going to be done. So many prayers have been lifted for him to either win re-election or for him to not win re-election. So many prayers have been lifted up to the heavens to God. He has heard every petition. And at the end of all of this chaos, all this voting chaos, either Biden will be president or Trump will be president. But either way, God's will is going to be done. Stop the hate. Let go of the anger. Let go of the name calling. Okay? If Biden wins, I'm not going to spend the next 4 years crying foul, crying conspiracy theories, claiming somebody stole the election. God would not want me to spend 4 years doing that. There's other things to do and not spend the next 4 years crying foul. Okay? I'm just not going to do that. But I do believe by faith that when this is all said and done, God's will is going to be done. And if it is meant for Trump to win a second term, which right now it's really looking like he won't, but if it's God's will for him to win a second term, it will happen. If it isn't God's will, it's not going to happen. And we have to pray that whatever the outcome is, we accept it. God is going to take care of you. He still sits on the throne, whether Trump is president or not, whether Biden is president or not. He still sits on the throne. And Bible prophecy will still be fulfilled, whether Trump wins a second term or not. I want to hear from you. Follow me on Facebook, Diane Monroe, Austin, Texas. You can email me at reachingoutfar99@yahoo.com. I will talk to you.